Do you know what to do if a tsunami hits? Well, you're about to find out. Tsunamis. These colossal sea waves can be one of Mother Nature's most destructive forces, capable of causing unimaginable damage. These aren't your everyday waves, folks. They're spawned by seismic disturbances beneath the ocean floor, like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or landslides. The energy from these events is transferred to the water, creating waves that can travel across entire oceans at jet-like speeds. When these waves reach shallow waters near the coast, they slow down, but they also rise up, forming towering walls of water that can crash onto the shore with devastating force. Entire communities can be swept away in an instant. It's a sobering thought, but it's also a reminder of why it's so important to be prepared. Understanding tsunamis, knowing how to recognize the warning signs, and having a plan can mean the difference between life and death. So let's dive into the steps on how to survive a tsunami. Firstly, it's crucial to recognize the warning signs of a tsunami. Nature has its way of sending us alerts. One of the most common is a strong earthquake. Now, don't be fooled into thinking that if the quake didn't rattle your teeth, you're in the clear. Tsunamis can follow even relatively mild tremors. Another telltale sign is the ocean itself. If you see a sudden rise or fall in sea level, that's nature's way of ringing the alarm bells. And let's not forget the ocean's roar. An unusually loud ocean noise can be a clear indication of a tsunami on its way. However, we're not entirely reliant on nature's signals. Our own warning systems also play a key role. You've got sirens which, when they wail, you best not ignore. Emergency text alerts are also sent out, so keep your phone close. And don't neglect the good old broadcast system. Radios and TVs can provide vital information in these situations. Remember, every second counts. Recognizing these signs could save your life. Once a warning is issued, the key is to evacuate immediately. Now, when we say immediately, we aren't just talking about lickety-split. We're talking faster than a greased pig at a county fair. Time is of the essence. Heading inland and to higher ground is your best bet. Think of it as a race between you and the water, and your life is the prize. Now, in the midst of this chaos, it's crucial to keep a cool head. Panic can lead you to make rash decisions, and that's the last thing we need. Maintain a steady pace, keep your wits about you, and follow the evacuation signs. If there's one thing you need to remember, it's to never, and I mean never, return to the danger zone until you've got the all clear from the authorities. I know it can be tempting to check on your property or find loved ones, but hold your horses. Safety first, always. Evacuation is the best way to ensure your survival when a tsunami hits. Remember, we can replace possessions, but we can't replace you. But what if you're caught in the tsunami? There are still ways to increase your chances of survival. Imagine it now. The ground beneath you shaking, the water around you rising, and the world as you know it, changing in an instant. It's a daunting prospect, but it's one that can be survived if you know just what to do. Firstly, it's essential to find something sturdy to hold on to. This could be a tree, a pole, or even a piece of debris that's large enough to support your weight. Just be sure to avoid smaller objects that may be carried away by the water's force. The goal is to keep yourself anchored amidst the swirling chaos. Next, you need to be mindful of the debris in the water. Tsunamis are powerful forces that can turn everyday objects into deadly projectiles. So keep your eyes open and try your best to dodge anything that comes your way. Now, let's talk about conserving energy. It's easy to panic in such a situation, but remember, panic wastes energy. You need to stay as calm as you can and save your strength. You may be in the water for a while, and you'll need all the energy you can muster to stay afloat. Speaking of staying afloat, that brings us to our next point. The goal is to keep your head above water, literally. Tsunamis can pull you under, but if you can manage to stay on top of the water, you'll have a much better chance of survival. Use whatever flotation devices you can find, and if there aren't any, use your clothes. Fill them with air and use them as makeshift buoyancy aids. Remember, survival during a tsunami is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about endurance, patience, and resilience. It's about making smart decisions under pressure and not giving up, no matter how dire things may seem. Survival during a tsunami is tough, but not impossible. So keep these tips in mind, and if the unthinkable happens, you'll be ready to face it head on. Once the tsunami has passed, it's crucial to stay safe and be aware of the dangers that still exist. The aftermath of such a powerful natural event can be fraught with hazards. For instance, water supplies may be contaminated, leading to health risks if consumed. Buildings and infrastructure may be severely damaged, posing a threat of collapse or injury from debris. Additionally, aftershocks can occur, triggering further tsunamis or causing unstable structures to crumble. It's important to avoid entering any buildings until they've been declared safe by professionals. Equally vital is to steer clear of floodwaters, as they can hide dangers like sharp objects, electrical wires, or even displaced wildlife. Keeping informed is key to staying safe. Listen to news updates and follow instructions from local authorities. They'll provide guidance on when it's safe to return home and how to access essential services and support. And don't forget, even after the tsunami, emotional aftershocks can occur. It's normal to feel a range of emotions, and seeking support from professionals or loved ones can help navigate this challenging time. Remember, staying safe after a tsunami is just as important as surviving it. Let's recap on how to survive a tsunami. We began with understanding tsunamis and their powerful, destructive nature. We learned to recognize the warning signs of a tsunami, such as significant sea level changes or the ground shaking for an extended period. Next, we emphasized the importance of a timely evacuation. Remember, when a tsunami warning is issued, don't wait. Head to higher ground or inland immediately. We then discussed survival strategies during a tsunami. Hold on to something stable if you're caught in the water and protect your head and upper body. Finally, we talked about staying safe after a tsunami. Continue to heed local authorities' advice and avoid damaged areas to prevent further harm. In the aftermath of a tsunami, it's crucial to seek assistance and resources from reliable sources like FEMA.gov. Remember, preparation is key. Stay safe and stay prepared.